A jury in Missouri just found some of the largest franchises in our industry liable for conspiring to keep commissions high, and they awarded the plaintiffs in this particular case $1.78 billion in damages, which opened up the floodgates for subsequent lawsuits, which were filed shortly thereafter. So we have to think about this in terms of first level, second level, and third level consequences. The first level consequence is to the agent, right? Now, I'm about to share with you something which I know is, a touchy subject. At the same time, I still think it's true. Is there's a reasonable argument to be made that as agents, we make a lot of money for the service that's being provided. You know, the traditional 4, 5, 6% commission rates, because of course all commissions are negotiable, which they are, and we know this as practicing real estate agents. That made a lot of sense when homes were $50,000, $100,000. Well, now that the average price around America is like $400,000, and in some marketplaces much higher than that, $600,000, $700,000, I mean, it's a lot of money, right? And truthfully, lots of agents don't actually add that much value. You know, it's been a staple in our industry that everybody knows that only 5% of the agents do 95% of the business, and that's true across the country. If I go into any office, there'll be 130 agents. 9 of them will make more than $100,000 a year, right? And the rest will do less than that. Most agents don't add a lot of value. What's also true is that the barrier to entry to become an agent is embarrassingly low. I mean, you got to get a 75 on a test, have $1,000 and not be a felon yet, right? So, I think our industry has been ripe for disruption for a while. I think the consumer ultimately gets what they want in the end. And what they want is they want a professional involved in the transaction. They do. They just, want to pay us less money to be involved, right? So they'll ultimately get what they want. So the first level consequence, I think, for agents here is that with a high degree of probability, there will be appeals and it'll drag out, right? With a high degree of probability as time progresses, who pays for what will change, right? And buyer's agents will find themselves in a position having to negotiate a portion of their fee, if not all of their fee. Now, great listing agents understand that the professional fee is one of the tools that they use to market the property. So they'll be able to explain that to a consumer and share with them that, perhaps if less is offered out, it could end up affecting showings, right? And could end up affecting ultimately how much we can get and present those options. So first level consequences is that buyer's agents will have to learn that skill. They've never had to do that before, right? What's also true is that a lot of agents will leave because it's going to require, a higher level of skill in order to participate. And I don't think that's a bad thing, right? It shouldn't be that the average per agent productivity across the country is 4 homes all year long. I mean, that shouldn't be the case, right? So another first level consequence for agents and on the listing side is that you're going to have to get good at presenting a menu of options, right? And what I've been sharing with coaching clients is like, hey, at this particular fee, you get this. This is the basic thing. And at this fee, you get what the first option is plus something. And then at the highest fee, you can call it like, a guaranteed home sale where you pay for the home warranty, you pay for the inspection and $1,000 if anything comes up. And you also pay for an appraisal and have it professionally cleaned and all that stuff, right? So you have to get good at presenting a menu of options, which makes sense because that's how us as consumers are used to choosing what we're going to pay for, is with that menu of options. So it just means that we're going to have to pivot and level up. And I don't think that's a bad thing, right? Second level consequence, in my opinion, is on the brokerage side. So on the brokerage side, the unkind of spoken nitty gritty is that brokerages, whether they be franchise brokerages or mom and pops, they're operating at very slim profit margins as it is. It's like 5 to 10% profit margins. And they really make money in ancillary services, mortgage, title, insurance, things of that nature. If we look at this on a macro level, right, is if with a high degree of probability revenue will be affected, it's going to continue to put pressure on those models. So what I see happening is a consolidation in the brokerage business, and or a lot of them, going out of business because profit margins just aren't there. And that really is a boon and opportunity for better models, such as EXP or cloud-based brokerages. Now, a third level consequence, in my opinion, is for the consumer, right? And again, the consumer, when you really think about the consumer, ask yourself a question. What is their experience in real estate? And for the most part, it's really not great because if only 5% of the agents sell 95% of the homes, that means that they're not getting good service, right? And that's not really good. So I think the consumer ends up winning here, because not only will they end up with better agents that are more skilled, right? Less of them participating. They'll also end up with, perhaps saving a little bit on professional fees. So again, I don't think that's a bad thing. And wherever there's disruption in a marketplace, I need you guys to understand something. There's always an opportunity. So what the opportunity is here, in my opinion, is being highly skilled. So if you're a highly skilled salesperson, you will stand out in this environment. Number two, really being a hyper local expert, because these big companies and all these tech companies are pushing into our space. They do general information really well. They do not do hyper local well. So, interviewing the local principals at schools and local business highlights and what's going on in the community, like really dominating and being the digital or physical mayor of your town, and specifically the digital mayor, because it allows you to touch a lot of people at one time. Another opportunity is vertical integration, right? So agents that are vertically integrated, having multiple flows, multiple streams, multiple ways of getting compensated, can deal with a compression, let's say, in revenue. And the fourth opportunity is being with a platform, right? Which is what I will call brokerages that provide multiple opportunities to earn income, such as stock awards, rev share, and things of that nature. So hopefully that was helpful to you. I know this is something that we've been talking about a lot. This is what I've been sharing with a lot of our coaching clients and partners here at Elite Builders with EXP. If you like this video, be sure to watch the next one.
If you're not making any money, well, you probably can't invest with me anyway. Most realtors aren't very good real estate investors. No. They're just good salespeople. Dude, you're broke, okay? You don't need a rental property.
Yeah.